What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Now, this is a duel I am interested to see. We have Squids 1362 versus They Try and what? They Try and Ban Philip 1099. All right, this has to be duel 1 because I actually watched Squid's last duel. I recorded it, but I'm not gonna upload it. He bodied the guy so bad. It didn't even look like he could really fight back, and I don't like really uploading duels that are just like that completely one-sided, unless it's the best deck of the format getting its ass whooped, because everybody loves that. Alright, so we have a Maxi that was chained on, I guess, the first special summon of Unicorn. So Squids has a ton of cards. Now, the thing about Philip is there are a couple of ways that Squids can easily get out of this situation. The first would be, well, I don't know about the Gen Lock specifically, but I was thinking more or less of the Lavalval chain. The first would be just summon Scepter. He is playing Star Seraph Dolls unless he changed decks, and Philip's obviously playing Nekroz. But the first would just be like summon Scepter and attack and get a plus out of it. That would kill the Lavalval chain. I mean, I guess you could burn a Valk if you really wanted to, but it seems kind of desperate, right? So he's gonna summon Armageddon Knight, activating Farfa. Maybe he wants to just go in for raw damage. Puts it in his back row so that he doesn't have to reveal it. And again, you play this like it's real life. Just because Dueling Network lacks a way to actually banish a card face down while not revealing it to your opponent doesn't mean that you would have to reveal it, because in real life you know that you wouldn't have to technically reveal the card. So yeah, you can't expect just because DN can't do it that you get some type of unfair advantage. So let's see exactly what's going to happen here. There really shouldn't be, like a hold up here. There's no way that he can technically reveal the card. I've seen admins do this all the time. Alright, I assume he'll put, either a Manju or a Sanju on top of his deck. I mean, he could shock me. Oh, looks like he's gonna put Sharit in the graveyard. Then activate Nekroz Cycle. Alright, that's his payment. And he's going to summon the Gunir. Better hope that he doesn't have any legitimate defensive cards like Book of Moon or something. Okay, so, wait, what? He controls set cards. What just happened? Did they just change the effect of Solemn? If this is your only set... Okay, if this is the only set card, while it is... I mean, what? So... he used Solemn Scolding on Gunir despite the fact that he had another set card. Again, I don't even understand what's going on. Then he rips that Regeki. Lord, okay. So, with 6 cards in hand, I mean, how many are like special summons? Now, I get the Solemn Scolding being played in Shadows because you're really not going to be playing that many traps in general. Oh, okay. That's my mistake. I'm so dumb. Alright. He was able to play Solemn Scolding because I saw it as a spell and trap, but it was technically the monster that was Farfetch'd. Okay, got it. I'm like, what is happening? Gotcha. So yeah, this comes back. The Hedgehog comes back. And it looks like he's now gonna activate those, Star Seraph shenanigans. Dude, the Star Seraph, I didn't know the combos were this derpy. Watch what he does. So he specials 1 Sovereignty, draws a card. Specials a second Sovereignty that he just searched, draws another card. Now he's able to bring out Ouroboros, take the card out of your opponent's hand. He does have to, what's it called? He does have to blow up something on the field. It's not optional. So he has to blow up his own Hedgehog. But it's really not that big of a deal because it will technically trigger. And now Ouroboros he can do a couple of things. He can take out his hand, or he can, what's it called? He ends up taking out his hand, which is a Valk, which, that kind of sucks. I was going to say he could get a card out of his graveyard, a spell maybe, but he goes for the hand. And I believe that Philip already burnt, didn't he already burn Preparation of Rites? He may not have burnt Preparation of Rites, but for a second there, I was like, whoa, how is he using Solemn Scolding? But again, that was actually the monster that got Farfetch'd, so we cleared that up. I was an idiot. But just look at advantage in this duel. I mean, this guy opened with the Gen Lock, and, like, he has no cards left. I mean, it was pretty big, the fact that he used Gunir trying to snipe out a card, trying to snipe out that one back row, and the fact that he was able to pay 3,000, kill the Gunir, and make his opponent burn a card for nothing. And then he wasn't able to end the game either. And then you see the Sorceress just coming in and see how much damage they can do. So he's giving up Maxi and Dragon. Or, excuse me, why do I always call Beast Dragon? It's because he looks like a damn dragon. He draws a card, but in general, it's like, obviously he's not going to need the Maxi. You know, you're up in advantage like plus like 6, 7, you know what I mean? You don't need the advantage. Actually, right now, he's technically plus 8. If he has L, that'll close him out. If he can, if he has any light monsters. Oh, he's not able to close him out. He desperately needed a light monster so badly. Cause you just know he wants to bring out Construct. So it looks like he's now gonna go for Winda. I actually don't think I would summon Winda, like personally, unless he's in defense mode. Like I don't want to leave any opportunity for my opponent to kill me. I only have 600 life points. Like there could just be some strange shit that happens where my opponent like summons Decisive Armor and just attacks. Like, you know what I mean? He top decks Preparation of Rites and gets to like Decisive Armor and just attacks over Winda. Like, I don't want that shit happening. You can't, even if you attack over Shikanaga, you won't win. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want there to be any sacks cause, Decisive Armor is what, 3,100, I think? Unless he's 30, I don't think he's 33. I think he's 31. Nah, he might be 33. I might be actually, yeah. I might have it completely backwards. Decisive Armor might be 33. But he brings out Winda in defense mode. It looks like, Philip didn't get the card that he needed. So, scoop phase. And again, I didn't think that he should have put Winda in attack mode. I didn't see any upside to it. If you weren't going to kill him, what was the point? And he actually did bring Winda out in defense mode. So, let's see if, maybe Philip can turn this around. The problem for him is, didn't he kind of get everything that he wanted out of game 1? Like he got everything that he could have wanted. He got the Genlock turn 1. He got his Lavalval Chain effect twice, and he still ends up getting just completely ran out the gym. Like, I don't know. That's a really bad sign. When you get the best lock in the game, and you get to use Lavalval Chain twice, and you get a Gunir to protect your guy, your Colossalus, and you still end up getting wrecked that hard where you're like neg 8. Like, how's that even? That's incomprehensible. I mean, I would literally say if that happened to me, like never again, like that's a once in a blue moon type thing, but I don't know. Squids made it look really, really easy. Let's see if he can do it again. And I'm inclined to believe just because the Sorceress are so damn good that there's a chance that he could. I mean, you see what happens when somebody opens with Scepter and Sovereignty. They end up just drawing like 2 cards. Even if he opened with that now, he still could just go into Ouroboros and take a card out of his hand. Like, you just think, if he opened with that, like those 2 cards, he would draw 2, make Ouroboros, take a card out of his hand. Like, that would just be nuts. So it looks like he's going into Construct. Has to give up a BLS, but in the grand scheme, it doesn't really matter because you always want to get Falco on board. Even if you get Trishula, your opponent has to Trishula the Construct because it's kind of a hard card for Nekroz to kill. They don't have anything that can beat over it. In fact, really no deck does, but they have to pretty much use Castel and like Castel alone. I mean, I guess you could Diamond Dire with it, but Castel or 101 would be like way better. Yeah, actually, I think I would Castel it because I wouldn't want, if the 101 died, like I wouldn't want you being able to get Construct's effect. So he summons Denko against one back row. Okay. This Denko must be really important. He must really want to get this off. Alright. Now he pitched Colossalus for a mirror. Nekroz cycle. Alright. Wonder what he's gonna go for. Okay, well, not anything yet. He's gonna play that Brio to get Shurit so that he can actually use that cycle. Now, Squids did show us Maxi in the first game, so it's always a possibility that he could have Maxi. That was another reason why that duel may have gotten out of hand. He gave him so many cards off the Maxi. He goes for Brio as his opening. Not a card you see that much. Sometimes when I see Brio on field, I'm just like, you can actually be summoned? Like, you know, people often say they gave it a hand effect so good that you never want to summon it. Alright, so now he's going for the Trishula. If he has Effect Veiler, this is the time to use it. Guess not. Nekroz are now getting it in. Obviously, he'll ignore the back row because he has Denko protection, so just ignore it. Get rid of the Falco. Shadow Fusion's gone, so is Falco. And Squamata. Okay. This could only be better if he somehow had a Valk on board. You get rid of the Brio and get rid of the Trishula and just draw more cards. And still have game on board, basically. And a Trishula opening in that duel is just over. And now we're going to game 3. And honestly, I don't even know what the player's side for this matchup. Like, I think if you're Squids, if you plan on going second, you just really want outs to the Genlock for the most part. And then if you're Philip, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what Necroz's side against Shadow is. Like, I've never been on that side of the matchup, and I've never played Nekroz, so I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, I've played Shadow, so I kind of have an understanding. And it's interesting to see the player who actually hit the Solemn Scolding was the Shadow player. So I'm going to say Squid's going to go second. I think that he wants to open with his, okay, alright, I could totally be wrong. He could go first. I was just thinking, I know that he wants to open with that Scepter. It seems just as good as Mathematician, to be honest. Maybe even better in certain situations. Opens with a T-set. Not a strong opening. Unless it's like Mistake or something. Alright, looks like he's going to open with Manju. I think it's actually Senju, to be honest. Nope, it was Manju. Okay. There's Nekroz of Brio. I really hope that face down is, well, I don't know, I guess he might not even go for Trishula, but I was going to say, I really hope that face down is Mirror of the Ice Barrier. Alright, the pluses are rolling in. So I guess if you would have went second, you probably would have had to be dealing with a Genlock. He searches out Decisive Armor. Okay. Hardly ever see that, to be honest. A lot of people don't even run it. I mean, I wonder if he'll summon it and he'll go after the monster. You know the monster is not going to trigger if you banish it. And you know that there's like probably like a 75% chance that it's a Shadow. Actually, probably higher than that. Because, I mean, the only other card he would set would be the Chair. The question will be, does he try and go for Trishula or not? I mean, when you Mirror of the... I've seen some people... Like, every time that I've seen someone use Mirror of the Ice Barrier against Shadows, they just... I mean, against Nekroz, the Nekroz player, like, always loses. You lose your spells, you lose your field. If you have a hand, it's gone. I think he is going to summon that, what's it called? I think he is going to summon that Decisive Armor. Okay, so it was 33. Gotcha. So he's going to go after the monster. Oh, and that's met with Solemn Scolding. Okay. Monster gets attacked, and it is Hedgehog. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't just Solemn Scolding the Manju, but I guess he felt like he wanted to make sure what he was going to Solemn Scolding would pretty much end it. Okay, and you see Philip is going for an Exceed. Goes for 101. Does that mean he has Vanity set? I mean, you kind of have to throw something at him to make sure that it is Vanities, because he has Shadow Fusion, obviously. I mean, who just goes into an Exceed knowing their opponent has Shadow Fusion? It is the Vanities. Wonder if he has a Dragon or something. That would be a perfect answer to this. This duel is definitely going to be slowed down a bit. Those Solemn Scoldings have been clutch. And I guess he figured if he would have burnt it on Manju, that there was a chance he could have ended up getting hit with a Trishula later that turn. Oh, anytime you set Effect Veiler is not good. Like, really, really not good. I mean, I don't know how many dragons he's playing, but he needs to get himself close to a dragon now. Before this duel gets out of hand. Because 101 beatdown can win you a duel. It's Falco, and he's just losing advantage card after card. I guess nobody plays MST. At least they don't keep it in against Nekroz, I guess. But I mean, it's not bad especially if you see a Solemn Scolding in the first couple of games. First game, I'll say. And that's 3,500 damage on board. It should be. Unless he just turns off his, what's it called? He could obviously just turn off his vanities with like a Rhoda or something. So that's 3,500. I'm surprised he hasn't activated a Scepter in games 2 or 3. But then again, I mean, Scepter doesn't do anything now that he's taking so much damage. It would have a couple of turns ago. Activates Dark Hole. Vanities is now gone. Doesn't activate 101's effect for some reason. And now I don't know if he can come back. Ooh, having to give up double beast. Oh, that's terrible. You're only going to get one draw. It's going to attack. And now this looks like game 1 just on the other side. And I'd say Squids probably needs vanities right now to run this back. I'm going to say he's going to open up with one of his spells. Activates Mistake in response to that. That probably won't win him the game. Philip still has 6 cards. What? You cannot tell me with 6 cards you literally don't have a play or a way to ritual summon. I don't even... What? Okay, so... Winda gets another attack in. Dude, don't tell me a Mistake is literally going to beat 7 cards. Okay, there you go. He activates Nekroz Cycle. For Decisive Armor, what exactly are you giving up? Sharit, Colossalus, and Gunir. Oh wow, I've never seen anybody actually pay with like real monsters. Activates L Fusion for Construct. He'll probably have to dump a beast if he has another one. I mean, nothing else really matters. He dumps a Hedgehog. He can't search. Mistake is totally on the field. Or I guess he can search because fuck the rules, right? My man just searched under Mistake. Like, what? And I guess he's just going to totally ignore that Valk is a thing. Looks like he's going to attack, and Valk is a thing. He's going to activate L. Because he gives no fucks. I just don't understand how he just blatantly searched under Mistake. Seriously. Yeah, he searched. Duh. Obviously, he searched with Mistake up. But I mean, heck, he's realizing it now. I don't know if you're going to call it an accepted game state or what. I mean, how do you even repair it at this point? What's going on? Alright, they're going to try and repair this game state. But he totally did search Squamata. So he says he's using Chair. Chair and what? That changes like everything. Whatever. Alright, so he's going to attack again. I mean, it changes your initial fusion. Because you would have never had the Squamata to fuse with. So what was your doll that you're using? Like, you need to go back and try and completely repair the game state. Which I don't really know is possible. So he uses a second Valk now. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've never seen 2 Valks in one turn. Oh, wait, that's probably why. So, that's why I've never seen 2 Valks in one turn, because you can't do it. Reading is fundamental, kids. I don't do enough of it on this channel. Let me just check it. See what line it was. There it is. You can only use Valk. Wow, second sentence. So now Squids, oddly enough, might be in the driver's seat after somehow managing to come back from like neg 5. What was that actually? I didn't actually see what he got with the what's it called. So he obviously can't search a chair. He's going to attack with Deceptor. He rams into Sharit. Now he's going to eat a little more damage. He has to pretty much get. Oh wow, he's leaving those monsters on board. He must have his third L. Otherwise, there's no way in heck that he would leave Falco on the board like that. I mean, this duel has just been crazy. I mean, yeah, it's not even like the misplays or anything, or the obvious like searching from what's it called? The obvious searching from while under mistake from a Hedgehog. I'm just talking about the fact that Squids was still in this duel after being dominated by that 101 Vanities play. He was like neg 5 in the duel. And he has now brought this game back to where he's +1. I'm sorry, I know I keep using numbers, but I am an advantage player. I'm a control player. Now, if you're wondering why he just randomly did that in the standby phase, he knew that if his opponent had a Denko, he'd be able to normal summon the Denko and attack the Falco and just win. And now Squids is putting himself in the driver's seat. And for a second there, I actually thought that he didn't play Mistake. And I'm just like, man, that card is too good to not play. He gives up a Mistake. Now he's going to activate Falco again for another construct. He'll obviously have to fuse, or excuse me, synchro. And he gets L Fusion, which, keep in mind, L Fusion can totally play around Valkyris. He only needs one attack to go through. Well, one attack to go through if it's Leo anyway. I think he's going to win. I don't think there's any way that Philip can stop him. He'll use his Valk and he'll L Fusion it. He'll L Fuse using probably the Leo and the Beast, probably. Maybe Leo and Construct. Yeah, the Leo attacked. And now all he has to do is just L Fuse it away. Give up the face down. You bring out Shikanaga, you get the L right back to your hand and attack. I don't even understand what happened. I don't think I've ever seen a turnaround that big. And I don't think I've ever seen a game where momentum just went, like, it swung so huge in every duel. Where in game 1, Squids was like +9. And then in game 2, he kind of just gets wrecked. And then in game 3, he's down a tillion. And he pulls a Golden State Warriors and just comes back. You guys let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching as always.